guys are new here, my name is Katie and I am a third year first grade teacher, and I'm so glad you're joining for today's video. For today, I thought I would take you guys along with me for another day in my life, but today is just an ordinary day. Looking back, I realized every other vlog that I've posted so far has been on a special day, like the day before Christmas break, or the 100th day of school, or Valentine's Day. So I thought, why not just bring you along on an average day? We're doing normal things today, reading, writing, math, you know, all the usual, and just show you kind of what a normal day in my life looks like. So without further ado, let's head into the school and get this day started. Okay, so I have everything turned on and ready. The next thing I need to do is pull out my morning work that I'm going to put on the back table for my students to work on. Sometimes we do math journals in the morning, but this week I'm working on getting all of my Ames web testing done, and so it's easier just to pull out a morning work worksheet so they can do it completely independently, and I can pull kids to my back table and read with them as I need to get a little bit done each day. So I'm going to pull out that morning work and then I'll show you what we're doing for writing today. So if I open up Wednesday's drawer, you're going to see our writing assignment for today. We're doing how to make lemonade, and we're going to start writing out our steps. So yesterday in class we made a batch of lemonade together, and then I had the students draw pictures to show each step. Let me show you an example. So here's a student example. They drew out all the steps, the water, the lemon, how we put it all together, and then how we got to drink it at our desk. So I just had them draw it and add some labels, and today we're going to take that drawing and turn it into some actual sentences to write out the steps. After we do writing today, my students have specials, so our librarian will come to our classroom because we're still doing specials in the room due to COVID. So she'll come in here and have library with my students, and I'll get a little bit of a planning break, but I actually have an observation today during reading. So after specials, I'll have my intervention time and then my whole group reading, and my principal is coming to observe me during whole group reading. So I'll probably spend that break reviewing what I'm going to go over during whole group and making sure I'm totally prepared. But that's about all the prepping that I have to do this morning. So now I'm going to spend some time working on some plans for next week and reviewing my lessons before my kiddos come this morning. So I will pick you guys back up later today. All right, it has been a minute, but the morning went super smoothly. I didn't really get to jump in during my first planning because I was just prepping for my observation, but I feel like my observation went super well. So I'm going to show you some of the things that I use for reading for small group and for whole group, because that's what we just finished. And then in the afternoon, I'll show you what we did for math. So for reading whole group, I always use slides like this one to kind of organize our whole group time. So we start with our essential question, we go on to our vocabulary, and we use questions to practice it. Then we have a phonemic awareness warm-up. We jump into our phonics and our spelling words. We have something to practice our phonics. We go over our sight words, practice our sight words. our grammar, which this week was prepositions. I usually have a fun video, some kind of activity where we highlight the preposition. And then we jumped into our story from our Reading Wonders text. We went over vocabulary, and then we talked about cause and effect, practiced some cause and effect, and then I used this chart over here. See if the color will switch for us. There we go. To practice examples from the text. So the first one I gave them, the second one we wrote together, and then the last one I had them do on their own, and they put their answers on sticky notes, and then our vocabulary from the story. So that's kind of what we do for whole group, and I just use those slides every day to guide my whole group time. Our phonics skill this week is the OI sound with OY and OI. So I use these two freebies. We started with a phonemic awareness warm-up, and then we practiced reading some OI words, and then we did these activities at my small group table. So for my lower group, I did one like this where we were just using isolated sentences. We had to read it, write it, and then I let them draw at the end with our extra time. And then for one of my medium groups, I used this passage from Teaching is a Royal Adventure. It has lots of OI words that we highlighted, and then we used the text to answer the questions at the end. And now that my students are gone to PE, I'm going to get the room ready for our math lesson for today. Then we'll have math, and then it'll be the end of the day already. And I've got car duty this afternoon, so that'll be fun. And it's looking kind of rainy, so I have my fingers crossed that it doesn't rain, but I did bring my raincoat just in case. So here's hoping, but I will check in with you guys again at the end of the day. All right, that's the end of my day today. I'm gonna walk you through what we did in math, and then I'm going to reset my room, run a couple errands, and I'll be ready to go. In math today, we played a game called How Many Now? We're working on adding and subtracting multiples of 10. So they had a recording sheet like this, and then they had a game card, and they had to turn over 2 cards and put the bigger number first. And they had to build it with their cubes, so they would make 50 with 5 towers of 10, and then they had to take away 30, so they'd take away 3 towers of 10 to figure out how many now, which would be 20. So those are the supplies that we used, and that's the game we did. Then here's the chart we did at the end of the lesson. I pulled an example with 2 cards. They had to tell me how many 10s there were. We had to figure out which number was bigger and practice doing the equation. Then I gave them the equation, and they had to build the cube towers to match, just to discuss what we did and how we subtracted multiples of 10. So now you kind of get to see a glimpse of my afternoon routine. I did my car duty. I'm gonna grade papers, change my calendar, and get everything ready for tomorrow morning. All right, let me get buckled. It is time to head out. If you can't tell, my car has been making some weird sounds. Do you hear it vibrating? It's like humming. I don't know what the heck is going on. but it's been doing that for a couple days. I just got out of the school and I actually ran into my principal on the way out, which was awesome. He said my observation went pretty well, which was good. My car is still rumbling. I'm so sorry if it's loud, but I'm excited. I have a meeting with him tomorrow to just debrief and go over it and talk about some wins and some things I can do better. So now I'm gonna head to Target because we're almost out of laundry detergent, so I'm gonna go to Target and see if they have the kind that we're looking for, and then I will head home. All right, so I got the laundry detergent. We really like the Mrs. Meyer's lavender scent, so we had been looking around in Target. It's like the only place that has it. Then I also got some makeup and some hair items as well. And now it's finally time to drive home. Now it's time to go for a nice cool down walk. Whew. All right, that concludes my day in the life vlog. I hope you enjoyed just seeing an average, normal, ordinary day in the life of a first grade teacher. If you like this video, make sure you click like and subscribe below so you don't miss any of my new videos. I post a new one every week and I would love to have you join. So I'm just gonna finish off the evening with a little bit of dinner and possibly a little bit of editing because I like to edit and I have so much footage to edit now. So I will see you guys next time.